Spontaneans, this month's live Spontaneanation at Largo at the Coronet with special guest Keegan-Michael Key is sold out, but tickets for next month's show are already available. Saturday, December 5th, come see improvisers Hal Lublin, Annie Savage, and Janet Varney, all from the Thrilling Adventure Hour, with special guest Ron Funches from Hilarity. All proceeds go to charity. Tickets available at paulftompkins.com/live. Welcome, all of you. Every person listening to this is welcome. And you know what? Even people not listening to this are also welcome. They don't even know it. What a funny world this is. Can you imagine all the things you're being welcomed to that you don't even realize you're being welcomed to? It makes the world seem like a better place. Even stuff you don't give a shit about, you're still being welcomed to. For me, it's probably skate parks. I'll never go to one. And I'm saying that with absolute certainty. I will go to my grave never setting foot in a skate park. Skateboarding is not a crime. Well, maybe it should be. Have we considered that? Making skateboarding a crime? I'm not saying we have to, make an amendment to the Constitution, although it is a living document. I'm saying maybe we should talk to our congresspersons and say, hey, the skateboarding, make it punishable by law. And by death, no. That's extreme. I'm saying, let's do it like they did it in, was it Singapore? Where they caned that dude for littering? Does anyone remember that? It was a long time ago. It was some American jerk-off went over there, and they're like, hey, whatever you do in our country, maybe don't take out a Sharpie and write dumb shit on the walls. And he's like, whatever. And then he did it. And they're like, we're going to cane you. We're going to slap you on the ass with a stick. Which is like sort of barbaric, but also, what? You're like spanking people? Like Little House on the Prairie style? I don't know if there was a lot of corporal punishment in Little House on the Prairie. I didn't read those books. I was more of a Hardy Boys man myself. The Hardy Boys, Rick and Steve. I can't remember their names. I do remember they had a portly chum named Chet. For some reason, the author Franklin W. Dixon loved to point out how fat Chet was. Hey, Frank, take it easy. Stop body shaming people you made up. Wasted no opportunity to point out that Chet was a little on the chunky side. What's your point? Isn't there a mystery going on? Why are we being sidetracked with Chet and his perhaps metabolic issues? Is that how you say metabolism stuff? Metabolic? Seems too clinical. And maybe implies that Chet is riddled with microbes. What are they? We'll never know. Welcome, microbes. I forgot to welcome microbes to the show. We know so little about microbes, we don't know if they subscribe to podcasts or if they're for us or against us. Some things we know are for us. Some things, tapeworms, they're only helping out to a certain degree. There is a point where tapeworms, they wear out their welcome. It's like, hey, thanks for getting me this far, but now you're on your own. And then you have to do that thing where you have a little bit of ground beef and you hold it just in front of your mouth. And the tapeworm peeks out. And then you got him. And if he sees his little shadow, 6 more weeks of fatness for you. Welcome all to Spontaneanation with Paul F. Tompkins. I am the second part. Let me tell you what's going on here. If you're still listening. This is a fun show. We just make shit up. That's all it is. I mean, why put on airs? I interview a special guest. And then I invite some improviser pals to make up a story. We tell a story together. We play pretend. We do a narrative improv, one long story over the course of 2 breaks. I shouldn't say it's a long story. I should say a continuous story, because I think if you set anything up by saying it's a long story, I think people, like me, check out immediately. So it's a continuous story as opposed to scenes. Okay, did I break it down for you? And it is all accompanied on the pianoforte by Mr. Eban Schletter. That's how he says hello in piano talk. And now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let us welcome this gentleman to the show. Not only do you know him as Dean Pelton on the long-running series Community, # 6 seasons in a movie. But he is also, I dare say, we are 32 episodes in, our first Academy Award winner. Please welcome Jim Rash.
Thank you.
Jim, you're welcome.
That sounded like a giant curtain opened.
Thank you. It did, right?
Yes, didn't it?
Did you feel the heat of the lights on your face?
Yes.
Through your grease paints?
Yeah. Yeah, I put a lot of grease paint on for this.
That's right.
Just because you never know.
You
never know who's got a camera. You
It's-
never know.
People have cameras all over the place now.
They do. And my face has to be perfect. It always has to be perfect, guys.
Jim, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Submitted by our previous guest,
Okay.
who asks, I like this question. I'm not supposed to judge them, but I
Okay.
like this one. Everyone says uh-oh before the question.
I don't know.
What was your best mistake? What was your,
wow.
quote, best mistake?
My best mistake.
You may interpret that any way you wish.
Yeah. What is... Oh, man. That's a good one. That is a good one. And I'm sorry I said uh-oh, but I am saying uh-oh. What is my best mistake? What is it? I guess the first thing comes... I guess you have to go with what your first thing comes to your head. I remember my writing partner and I, Nat Faxon, did a really long time ago. It was like one of those things where you're like, let's write a pilot. We can do this. We wrote this thing that was fine, but we thought, let's put it up on the stage and get it up on its feet, kind of thing.
Oh, wow. Like you mounted a kind of production of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
a kind
people-
of production. That's exactly what it was.
But I mean, were people off book? Like it was done?
No. Oh, well, yes. Actually, that's not true. Yes, they were off book.
Meaning no scripts in hand.
No scripts in hand, just a really quick version of this sort of sitcom pilot. We did it actually at the Groundlings. And we thought, oh, this is great. Then we'll invite industry and they'll see this fantastic pilot come to life.
Because you were thinking this is the way to do it, rather than just read the script. If you show people moving around, you give it,
just
you breathe
show our
life into
talent
it.
just oozing out of our, just our mouths and our faces and my grease paint. And to say it went okay is offensive to the word okay. Because okay is like, nah, our bar is here. You're lower than this. It just was one of those things where you had a lot of friends in the audience and it felt like they were trying to convince you that this is going really well,
So the audience was mostly people that you knew.
Of course, because
Right.
you're, and you hoping some people will come that can actually make something of this,
Right.
Piece of whatever you want to call it,
Right.
But it was just one of those things where it was our first stab at something. And I say it's my best mistake because, it was nice just to throw something up there because there was like one nugget that was worth anything. And everyone just go, oh, I like this thing about adoption, which is I'm adopted. And so we were like, well, let's go write something different about adopted. And then that became sort of one of the first things we ever wrote that actually made it to at least a pilot stage. So it was like this nice accident where you put something up, no one liked what you did. It was a huge mistake to put it in front of an audience at any time. And then someone says, I didn't hate the adoption thing. We got it! Where's a typewriter? I don't know. That's the first thing I think of where you make a sort of there's probably better mistakes in my life. I don't know.
But
That's a tough question.
It is.
Scroll your brain and say, what's the best mistake I ever made?
Absolutely. Because, first of all, I think the word mistake conjures to mind just plain old mistakes.
Yes.
Things that did not yield any positive results.
Yes.
Things you did not learn from whatsoever.
Right.
But also, the impulse of doing that makes sense. Like it is. It's a thing you could only find out was a mistake after you did it.
Yeah.
Because of course that makes sense. Like, well, if they would see it moving around and everything, and it would be more real to them, so they could see how to do it. But then you're not realizing that's not what they want. They don't want to see like a finished thing.
Yeah.
They want to see some ideas, and then they want to decide what they want to do with those ideas.
Yes.
But it totally makes sense.
Yeah.
When did you find out that you were adopted?
What was last Tuesday? What was the date? It was really shocking to me. I was one of those things where my mom called and said, "Oh, by the way," I think I always knew. I always knew. I think I remember
From as far back as you can remember.
As far as I can remember, yes. We had there's the book called The Chosen Baby, which is a little children's book about, you're special because you're chosen.
Right.
And so I remember, that in our household. So I feel like it was a very early age.
Do you think that has that changed, that attitude with parents? Because I think like our idea is like in the 50s or something that you had to keep it from your adopted child at all costs. But now it seems like it makes sense to say.
I can't imagine why someone keeps that from somebody, but it's possible, highly possible. And, maybe some people felt that way because they had, a miracle baby afterwards.
Right.
They didn't think they could have a kid, and
Right.
then they had a kid, and
Right,
they were
right.
like, well, we can't do that first one.
Do you think maybe I'm just getting that idea from like movies and TV or something? The idea that it's a secret to be kept, and then there's a dramatic reveal.
I just like Hollywood's like, we cannot tell a story where someone knows that they are adopted from an early stage. There are no stakes. If they know, it's like, wah, wah. They're okay with it. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Maybe there was a time when, people had sort of a bad idea, like the parents had some kind of pride. It's like, we couldn't.
Because it meant something.
And I don't want to be judged.
Right. It meant something about that.
I don't know.
And so when you wrote this thing, part of it was kind of in a response to, I haven't seen this story told this way before. Was that part of the impetus of
doing that? Yeah. Because I think that, I think the best mistake you make when you're a writer is the idea that you go out and you're going to I'm going to write this thing. I'm this, I'm a war veteran, and I jump from planes, and I know, and then suddenly you stop yourself like, I don't know anything about any of this stuff, and that's why it's so terrible. And I feel like as soon as you just go like, you know what, I'm just going to write about myself, or I'm going to write about what I know, or I'm going to write about this or that, and then all this truth comes out. Obviously there are people that have wonderful imaginations, but at the core, it comes from something. Mm-hmm. And so I think that was if I'm now going back and going like, see how great my answer was? The best No, it's like, I think that was the best lesson I learned from a mistake of like going too far your first, time at the typewriter thinking, oh my God, what do I want to play?
Right.
Oh my God, what can I get cast as? And then you're just like, I got it. A bricklayer. He has only one eye. He misses his mom dearly. And so he starts building this wall, and it's symbol of, this wall that he hasn't seen his mother in a long time, and eventually he cocoons himself in it. And it's like he's in a well, and okay, yeah. And I have a raging temper, and we'll call it brick by brick. But where's my typewriter? I keep saying a typewriter.
The building of the wall has to happen over the course of the entire series, right? Because he's not like at the end of the pilot. He's bricked into
No. You really want to savor that. This is like one of those great series where they go, it moves slow, but literally he's building a wall. What are you going to do?
But then you worry that it's going to be like Lost, where the audience guesses what the end is before you can even write the end.
Oh yeah, totally. They're like, oh yeah, we know what's in the hatch. And you're like, that's true. I didn't put anything in there. People saw it from the beginning. It's like, someone said,
No, I did not see the end of Lost. Is that how it turned out? That we were in the hatch the whole time?
I wish.
The viewer?
That probably would have been better.
If they turned the camera around.
Yeah, it was us.
It's all POV.
Then someone just goes, and then like point at the camera and go, you're lost. And then everyone in their living room goes, It's a statement about all of us are misguided and not doing our purpose. We're all on an island, and our island is our, not able to emotionally attach to the world around us. But I love the idea that one at the end of those movies, any pilot, the network's like, we love the ones where they turn to the camera and look right at the audience and connect with them. Can we do one of those? Sure.
What one of those?
The 10th season.
That's a genre of television.
I just like the end of Cheers. Sam's making a drink and he looks in the camera and goes, "What are you having?" Sam asked me what drink I'm having. And then everyone gets together and it was like, I needed that. I was like so down. And then Sam looked at me and then, Shelley Long came in for that last shot and she says, "I'll have what he's having."
If smartphones had been a thing back then, it would have, and they ended it that way, it would have been immediately like, text your drink order to Sam Malone.
Yes. Or take a selfie of your drink.
That's right.
My God.
Have you ever voted in an online thing, like in a reality competition or anything like that? My wife and I are huge fans of So You Think You Can Dance.
Oh yeah,
we watch the show. We never ever vote, but every time we kind of forget that voting is a part of it.
Yeah.
Then they talk about the voting. We're like, maybe we should vote, and then we don't. We're just sitting there, like our phones are very close by,
right.
And we never ever do it. Yeah.
And you're upset about the results.
Exactly.
Well, do something about it.
I'm sorry she got kicked off, but I start to feel that way. Like I guess I'm partly to blame.
I'm partly to blame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enough of you were out there who did the exact same thing.
But you have never done that. You've never participated in anything like that.
No.
Have you ever thought about it?
Have I thought about it? I'm sure at some point I thought about it. Like I have to help save this person. But most of the ones I've always liked don't have the voting thing because I love like Survivor and like Amazing Race, but you can't like chime in and tell them to run faster. You got to get to your locations faster.
They should
text
that.
If you'd like to tell your favorite team, give them notes
because they're getting it. They're getting it so much later. Like the show's been shot in advance.
It doesn't make any
they're
sense.
Getting it so much later, if at all. What's like after they've lost already.
Yes.
And then they're getting like texts that say you should be faster.
This year we're shooting Amazing Race live, week by week. You can chime in and give them your notes.
That's like that what is it on Bravo? It's about a reality show, like a Bachelor type reality show. It's a new show. Does anyone know the name of it? Unreal. I just heard somebody say Unreal. There's a show. It's like it's a drama about a reality show, like a Bachelor type reality show. But the way they shoot it, it leads you to believe that it's almost live, like it's almost happening in the moment.
Yeah,
which I don't think you can do.
Yeah,
or you could do, but it would be colossally boring. Which they proved with that the Big Brother house when they used to have webcams in the house and they would just leave them up all night. But then apparently somebody went crazy and like held a knife to someone's throat. And they're like, we shouldn't do this anymore.
Shouldn't do this. We'll see too much. We should keep this private and not tell anybody it happened.
Do you watch reality or is it mostly competition stuff?
I watch some reality for sure. I just like Survivor and that. And I do like, I can't cook, but I like all the like Top Chef type stuff. Mm-hmm. I like any of the ones where it's like people really good at some kind of skill, doing their skill, and that's what makes them move through it. Those are the ones I like.
Project Runway?
Right, Project Runway, those kind of things. Yeah, I like all those. I like the competition ones where people are bringing to the table an actual talent.
Is Survivor still on the air as of this recording?
Yes.
Okay. I haven't watched it, I think, since season 3.
Highly enjoyable.
It's still really good?
Mm-hmm. For me,
Well, you are not alone if it's still on the air.
Yeah.
They must be onto something.
I have written many letters, and they were like, okay, we'll keep it on for you, I guess. I was like, please don't lose this.
That was a thing.
I need a social life.
When I was a kid, that was a thing that there were letter writing. I think it was like Designing Women was going to be canceled, and it was saved by a letter writing campaign. This is pre-email, where people were taking pen to paper quick, where's a typewriter?
Yeah, quick, where's a typewriter?
And they're sending letters into a network saying, please do not cancel my favorite television show.
Oh, my God. I wonder how many years it went on after that.
I think it lasted a good long while.
Wow.
Because I think that might have been early on, and then they lasted long enough to have several cast changes.
So what show would you have written a letter to if you knew that a letter would have changed it?
Oh, like
like the first sitcom. Well, it can be either.
Of all time? Of
All
like a
time.
show that I
Like,
enjoyed.
go back to it could be your childhood, and you're like, oh man, if I could write a letter campaign, I would have saved blank.
Probably like
She's the Sheriff. Would you have been upset about She's the Sheriff?
I think I saw one episode of She's the Sheriff.
That's why it got canceled.
That was it's my responsibility
You
to
saw
watch
one?
it more.
Suzanne Summers was like, I know, some bastard out there watched one.
She was the sheriff of a
I know.
small
She
town.
was the sheriff.
She
Well, she
was the
is
sheriff.
the sheriff.
She's the sheriff.
A woman as a sheriff.
It's
boy.
an answer to a question no one asked. I think probably like a show like Tales of the Golden Monkey, which was a knockoff Indiana Jones type
Yes.
show starring Stephen Collins, who turned out to be a creep.
Wow, the fact that my brain actually had that in a vault.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that reminds me that TV raised me, so I should know that.
When is the last time
I would have saved Riptide.
Oh, Riptide. Riptide.
I don't think Riptide needed help. That's the
think
first
it
thing that came to my
lasted-
head
yeah.
after my She's the Sheriff. And then I would have probably said that spinoff from Silver Spoons with Jason Bateman, but I can't remember the title of it.
I didn't know there was a Silver Spoon spinoff.
Yeah, because
Bronze Spoons?
I wish. Not as good.
Regular cutlery?
Oh my God.
Now he was a
Forks.
just straight up forks.
It's like they are edgy. I don't know. They can't figure out why they called it forks.
Silver Spoons, the theme song, I think also perpetuated the myth that the wrong-headed assumption that the person born with a silver spoon in their mouth is a silver spoon, which is not the expression.
No.
You don't say he's a real silver spoon.
What a real silver spoon. I don't think that's the
No,
expression.
it's not. But the theme song says something like, look at us,
Silver
a couple of silver
together,
spoons.
you and me.
We're
Like
just some silver spoons walking
walking
around,
I think
picking up soup and putting it
down.
down.
I think this. You know what? This was the original, and then they changed it to the one that's more familiar. But you're right. Silver spoons picking up stuff. Sip, sip, sip from the silver spoon. This week on Silver Spoons.
A Markets and Bill Tubman production. That's game shows. Jim Rash, believe it or not, that is our interview.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
We really went so deep. I'm so sorry. I cried.
We will take a break. When we return, we will have secured a location for our improv from Mr. Jim Rash, and you will meet our improvisers. All this and nothing else when Spontaneanation returns. Guess who's back? Back again. Canadian Eminem? No. I'll tell you who's back. My TV show, No You Shut Up, is coming back to the Fusion Network. We are having a big season premiere, our season 4 premiere, in February, where we're going to be talking a lot about the 2016 election, having all sorts of fun with that. But first, we have 2 special reports with all new material to get you hyped up about the 4th season. This is not just like some clip show like they used to do on the sitcoms of my youth. Like trick a little Paul F. Tompkins child into thinking it was a new show where everyone's just reminiscing about stuff, and then you see like, oh no, I saw that one before. Fonzie builds the car blind. Motorcycle, not a car. That would be amazing. Anyway, Know You Shut Up is coming back. It's a TV show that I host. It's a current events show with me and puppets from the Henson Company. The first name in puppetry. We have special guests on, cool special guests all the time. And we're having a couple specials. Thursday, November 5th and Thursday, November 12th, both at 10 p.m. And we're going to introduce you, we're going to reacquaint you with our old characters, introduce you to new characters, new correspondents. And we have special guests like Kristen Shaw, Hannibal Buress, Patton Oswalt, and some actual news people are going to be on the show. It's very exciting. We're adding things to the show as we go into this new season. So please do tune in Thursday, November 5th, Thursday, November 12th, 10 p.m. on Fusion. Paul, I don't have Fusion, and I don't like a little baby. Yeah, I know you do, and I know you don't. So here's what you do. You can watch the show on Fusion.net. You can watch it on Hulu. You can watch it on Apple TV. I think we even throw up the episodes on YouTube the next day. So you have options. There's ways to see this show. And honestly, it's a really funny show that I love doing.
Amazingly talented people, a lot of whom you've heard on Spontaneanation. It's a lot of fun. No You Shut Up, Thursdays at 10 on Fusion, November 5th, November 12th. 2 specials. February 4th, Season 4 premiere. You know what you got to do, guys. Now go and do it.
I don't know what that was. Well, let me just take off my striped blazer, put down my cane. Straw hat is heavy. It's one of the real ones, you know, the heavy, thick straw. Music Man style. I'm having a phosphate down at the general store, which also sells men's suits. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Spontaneanation. It is time to meet our improvisers. Seated to my right. She's making her return to Spontaneanation. She's been on the show many times. She'll be on the show many times more. Yay! I've said it on a recording, and now there's no walking it back. Please say hello to my friend from No You Shut Up and from Life.
Yeah.
Colleen Smith.
Yay!
Colleen, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me back.
It's always fun to have you here. I got to go on your turf recently.
Yeah.
I did the Crazy Uncle Joe show at the Groundlings, which you do every Wednesday. And are you in it every Wednesday, or you're in most Wednesdays?
I'm in it a lot, but it's not all the time. I can sometimes do it like 4 times a month, and then I won't do it for like 3 months. Depends.
Now, is that because of your schedule, or is it because of someone else's caprice?
Well, the annoying thing about the Groundlings is there are a lot of really amazing improvisers there, so they have a lot of people to pick from.
Is there anyone that's in every single show?
There's a core gaggle. Ted Michaels of No You Shut Up fame.
That's right.
Is almost always in it.
Interesting.
Stephanie Courtney, Flo from Progressive.
That's right. And my old friend from Mr. Show.
Yeah.
Yes.
She does it almost every week. And Jordan Black and Roy Jenkins and Brian Palermo. They're the core gaggle, and then they rotate people in depending.
What do you call the people that are not in the core gaggle?
Well, there's like, I think, what is it, sports? Like first streamers?
First streamers.
Oh my God, first streamers. Please let that be. Let me get my first streamers to the line.
Listen, you're strictly second stream.
There's first stringers. There's probably about 30 of us that are like first string.
And then there's the JV.
And then there's like the JV, like people who haven't done it a bunch or never around, or celebrities that grace us with their presence.
Colleen was facetiously pointing at me. You know, those other people, they're losers. Listen, I can't stop thinking about this. Donald Trump, who's long called people losers and stuff like that. It never became funny to me until he was running for president. And the idea that someone who's running for president, a grown man, is calling people losers is now the funniest thing in the world to me. And he recently called, as of this recording, a Fox News guy a known loser. He's a known loser. Now, Colleen, we mentioned the JV.
Yeah.
Speaking of those initials, we're moving it right over to the other side of the table.
I saw it coming.
You saw that shit coming.
Because they're my initials.
Right. That's how I feel about the Pennsylvania Federation of Teachers. This lady, let me tell you something. I met her doing this podcast, and now I can't imagine life without her. She is absolutely hilarious. Welcome back to the show, Jean Villepique.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you.
Jean, welcome back. It's always a joy to have you here.
It's a real pleasure to be here. I love
How have you been since the last time I've seen you?
I've been pretty well. I've been good. I started to go to a new yoga studio near me. And the lady, it was like you buy a package and go as many times as you can, or as many times as you want in a certain amount. So I'm going to try and go a lot.
Which turns out to be as many times as you can.
Yeah. And this lady, I won't say her name, but it's like a makeup name like Rainbow, was teaching the 6 a.m. class, and I think that she did coke before it. It was so weird. That she was going through like, and talk the whole time, and I was like, it was a very odd. So I was fine until 6 a.m.
Wow.
When that happened. That's all that's happened to me since I've seen you.
That was a 6 a.m. class.
I got up at it was a 7 a.m. class. I'm sorry.
Okay, still, that's in my mind. I'm not a cocaine user, but I'm going to say that's a little early for cocaine.
And maybe I'm not a cocaine user, so maybe I think everyone who has the sniffles, maybe I'm paranoid. I'm like, that's a cocaine problem.
I feel though, if you have the sniffles and you're talking a lot, that's cocaine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel better.
I support you. But it doesn't seem like the thing that someone named Rainbow would do.
Yeah, not a yoga. I feel like their body's a temple, or I don't know, made me mad. And then I just was thinking, like, if people are addicts in here and this is helpful to them, it's a trigger. Like, I got very, very upset. Did not help me.
Maybe she's from the Source family.
What's that?
The Source family. The Source family is maybe the most benign cult in history.
Oh, I thought you meant Adam and Eve and Cain and Abel. Okay.
No. That's a great way to think of them. That's a great way to think of them. Those four. The Source family was a cult in Los Angeles in the early 70s that started around a vegetarian restaurant. And then this guy, I can't remember what his original name was, but he started calling himself Father Yod. And it became like, first it started as like just a commune, then it kind of became a religious sex cult, and then it just kind of disbanded after spoiler alert, after he went hang gliding and without knowing anything about hang gliding.
Best way to go.
Yeah. That is an unexpected twist to the story. But mostly the people like at one point he declares himself to be God. And then they all go on a magic mushroom trip. And then he's like, I'm not God. And people are like, no, you are. And he's like, guys, I'm not. I mean, there is a God and I need him to take care of me. Like, we all need him to take care of us, but it's not me. It's like, no harm, no foul with this cult.
But he died in a hang gliding accident?
Yeah.
Right after he knew he was a God?
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe he was saying like, am I sure I'm not God? Maybe I should go hang gliding in total ignorance and see what happens. Oh, I was right the first time.
Oh, no.
Anyway, Gene, good to see you.
You too.
This guy, oh boy. Oh, he's looking at, he's peeking around some microphones at me. He's a little coquettish today. This gentleman, you have seen him in countless television productions. You've seen him on Drunk History. You've seen him on Community. You've seen him on all sorts of stuff. He's my colleague from the Thrilling Adventure Hour. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I'm talking like this because you know who he is. He's a great guy. Hey, Craig Cackowski.
Sarah Burns. Oh, sorry. I don't know why I said that.
She started, the last time she was on the show, she was repeating her own name.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Oh, you got the sniffles?
You said I'm a little coquettish today. Right? Oh, coquettish.
It's the term derives from
I thought it was
cocaine use.
coquettish. Boys, some memories came flooding back with you talking about the Hardy Boys.
Were you a big Hardy Boys fan?
Oh, yeah.
And you remember how
Sure.
Chet was fat?
Yeah, Chet was fat. There's, I think the fourth Hardy Boys book, and the original line is The Missing Chums. And Chet is one of the titular chums.
He was... The word chum I learned from the Hardy Boys, and I've always despised it. It's a gross term for friendship.
Right.
You're my chum.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Do you feel the same way about What We Feed Sharks?
No, makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I think it's a fine thing to describe fish guts that you're using to catch a deadly man-eater, but it's not fit for a friend.
Right. Fat or otherwise.
I like the word pal. Mm-hmm. The end. That's all I can
I
think
like
of.
buddy.
Here's my problem with buddy.
Think it's overused?
I think it's overused, and I think it's become this condescending thing that adults say to each other. Because they say it in the same way they say it to little children. Hey, buddy. Oh, buddy, you made a mistake. Like, fuck you. Don't talk to me that way. Ugh.
I guess it's all in the subtext.
I think it's text. Frankly, I think it's text.
All right, pal.
But Craig, other than other than your coke problems, you're well?
Yeah. All
Okay.
right. I just needed a little bump to the
I
show.
understand. Remember on Studio 60, the pills. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have secured our location from Jim Rash, and we're going to tell our story. Now, in order to tell our story, we are aided by some sound effects. Let me break it down for you. If we wish to move laterally in time, Let's say we're in a scene and then we want to do a scene that's happening concurrently to that scene. Let's say a scene's taking place in a living room and then we want to go to the kitchen to find out what those people are talking about. You're going to hear this cut to sound effect. I mean,
What?
that's cut to,
Classic cut to.
right?
Yeah, that's the sliding sort of.
It's like a wipe. It's like
it's a wipe.
if you're watching a screen, it would be a wipe.
It's that Parker Lewis can't lose swipe.
And here's another way he can't lose.
Did they finish enumerating the ways he can't lose?
I don't
I
know.
think I would. We letter writing campaign.
Well, first of all, he can't lose.
I
can't
might
lose.
have written a letter to say Parker Lewis can't
Got it,
lose.
that
I
came back.
loved that show.
Like, see where he is now.
Yeah, he retired undefeated.
Corin Nemec, you are welcome to come on the show anytime
Wow.
you see fit. If you are still alive, which I hope you are, and I say that to all my listeners. I hope you're all still alive. If we wish to, sound effects, remember guys? If we wish to flash back, someone's having a memory or we're learning how something came to be, something along that lines, you'll hear this sound effect, which I think you'll agree sounds like a flashback.
Jim Rash approves.
I approve. I approve.
Now, if we want to move forward, back to the present from a flashback, or go even further into the future, you'll hear this very mysterious flash forward sound.
Yeah.
Who can
So that's not
say,
a
well,
like a dramatic development. We're not going to go with that.
a dramatic development?
Okay, no. I don't mean to judge.
No, but I would love to hear an example. Is it like,
Like it would be like,
So
I'm
wait.
having your baby.
No, it's like, so wait. You were the one who served me that drink. In other words, I know it was you who tried to kill me.
but now that if this were a visual medium and we were going to push in on that face
Yeah.
while those vibes are happening, absolutely.
You're right.
But because this is like some theater of the mind bullshit, this is what we're left with. I'm going to move this down because it is like the lamp in Big Night. Did you ever see that movie? There's a scene where Stanley Tucci and Ian Holm are having a conversation, and there's a weird lamp on the desk, and they're looking around each other at the lamp, and then Ian Holm loses it and smashes the lamp down. That's what was going on with this microphone arm. Okay, guys, Rent Big Night. It's a pretty good movie. Very sweet ending. Props to Tony Shalhoub, a guy that I met on a sitcom that was canceled before my episodes aired.
Was it Stark Raving Mad?
It was not Stark Raving Mad. It was, that lasted, I think, longer. This was a show called We Are Men.
Yes.
Jim, I'm glad you're here to back me up on all this shit.
Yes.
Because usually the guests, they say, Paul, prove it. All right, we have our location. And where is Jim Rash taking us? Well, I'll tell you. He's to the musical clock playing in the background. We are going to a storage room in back of hot dog stand at amusement park going out of business. SIC. Storage room in back of hot dog stand. I forgot the rest of it. Storage room in back of hot dog stand at amusement park going out of business. We take you now to storage room in back of hot dog stand at amusement park going out of business.
Ketchups. Let's see. Ketchups, mustards. Ketchups, mustards.
Did you forget relishes?
I cannot find any of the relishes.
Ugh, these places a mess. No wonder we are going out of business.
I was wondering, do you still need me? I have appointments.
Katerina, this is biggest time for amusement park hot dog stand. Why are you leaving now?
Well, there are 4 people outside. We have no patrons.
Katerina, these 4 people is rush. We're having rush right now.
I mean, I feel like this is good for us, and maybe we won't have to go out of business after all.
I don't want to be the person who breaks this to you, but I think standard population of amusement park is in the thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe. No,
People who live there?
No, I mean patrons, people who patronize.
Mama, Papa, Katerina, there is a man out front who wants chili dog.
Yorgi, you're supposed to be front of house. What are you doing back here?
I know I am front of house, but he wants chili dog, and I know we are out of chili.
Yorgi, what do we always say? When there is no chili, we make chili.
It's the old expression from the old country.
When life
Bring it
gives
here.
you chili, you make it chili.
No, when you don't have...
When life gives you ground beef, you get the tapeworm out of your stomach.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's a different...
We will not say tapeworm back here ever again.
Yes, remember that time health inspector was here?
Okay. Well, everything looks in. What is that?
What is on counter?
Yeah, it's.
It's not a tapeworm.
Oh, Yorgi.
This is rubber band. Hold together bills.
Is my wife says rubber band holds together the
Okay,
bills.
well then I'd like to see you pick it up and bind some bills with that.
I don't know bind bills.
Oh, our bill binder is called out sick today.
Run, rubber band, run away.
Why, Yorgi?
It's responding to your son's calls. I'm sorry, I believe that is a tapeworm. And
Look at this, a bunch of chopped onion that has nowhere to go but maybe home with you.
are you attempting to bribe a state official with chopped onions?
We have so much chopped onions.
We don't know bribe is what word?
I have a rare disorder, which means that I cannot chop onions without literally breaking into hives and
You will never chop them again.
All right.
We can provide you with lifetime supply of pre-chopped onions.
All right, I will turn a blind eye to this.
Phew, so we got that bee.
I was so afraid that the health inspector was going to take away my pet.
Why did you train the tapeworm?
I was first so surprised that he responded to commands, and then I just wanted to see how far he could take it.
And what did you name him again?
Rubber band.
I am so proud of you.
I am okay with you.
I would, not to be that person.
Again with this.
But while we have time, since there are no people here, I'm pretty sure
Just the guy out front wants chili.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that I am from Russia, one of the many parts of Russia, but I'm not 100% where any of you are from.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You think your accent is so distinct that everyone can tell where you are from?
That's why I said that out loud, to be sure.
Katerina, how long we work together, and now you ask me this, where we are from?
Of course, we grew up in Minsk and then spent some time in Italy
Oh, okay.
before we come here.
That's right, and of course I studied in hot dog school at the Sorbonne.
Where is that?
In Paris.
In Paris, France.
The best hot dogs in the world.
Why don't more people know how good the hot dogs are in Paris, France?
You would think it would be very good in Germany or in the southern states.
Too fat. Their sausages are too fat.
And I was born here in the USA, but Mama and Papa's accents are so contagious.
Oh, yeah, like that tapeworm.
He's not contagious, he's a one of a kind.
He is one of a kind. He's the most intelligent tapeworm I have ever encountered.
And he's getting longer and longer.
Katerina, I know you have many appointments and other things, but you must understand you are our most important non-family employee. And we want you to do whatever this other field of study you have is, but we will need you here forever.
We need you. We need you here forever.
Well, then I'm sorry to break it to you, but this is my 2 weeks' notice.
What?
Katerina!
Katerina, no.
Yes, I need to go out into the world. I have learned how to type on a typewriter.
Oh, they type, not a laptop computer.
No, I found a eccentric millionaire who needs only things typed on typewriters, and he wants to hire me as his personal assistant.
Why did this happen?
So as you can see, I type lots of words per minute.
No, I'm very impressed.
What would you like me to type for you?
I'd like you just to type the instructions you read on everything you find in my pantry.
Okay.
The print is too small, and so when I'm going through my pantry, I need to have a sort of a table of contents.
Oh, so a larger print type. Okay, so here, there's a cup of soup.
Yes, please.
It says,
read it aloud
okay.
as you type the ingredients in that cup of soup.
Peel back top only slightly. Pour hot water in 2 cups of soup up to fill line.
Good.
Close lid, let sit for 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Open lid, avoid steam.
Oh, okay, avoid steam.
Plunge fork.
Can I just tell you how many times I've had a dinner party and I've made soup incorrectly? And I'll never make that mistake again thanks to you.
I feel like I'm doing God's work.
I like that
This fellow, he treats you like slave.
No, I am changing this man's life. For years, he has been making hamburger helper incorrectly. He has not known how to open bags of pasta. He needs me to instruct him on how to do things.
Katerina, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why is this millionaire eating such garbage?
I can answer that.
What? Where did you come from?
Oh, that was the man who wanted the chili.
I have been outside waiting for that chili dog.
Oh, it's been a while, right?
It's been a long time.
It's been a while.
And I thank you because it is paper-thin storage room wall here, and I've heard everything about the family you are. But you're not part of this family the way they are. No. I've decided I don't need you. In 2 weeks, I need you today.
That was confusing.
What? Katerina, what are you going to say?
Oh, what is Katerina going to say? We will find out when Spontaneanation returns to you.
Saturday, December 5th, at the world-famous Largo at the Coronet Theater in West Hollywood, California, in the United States of America, the North American continent, the Northern Hemisphere. It's the Planet Earth presenting Paul F. Tompkins in Spontaneanation, the podcast you're listening to, only a live version, where no one's sitting down, they're walking around. Saturday, December 5th, with improvisers Hal Lublin, Annie Savage, and Janet Varney, colleagues from the Thrilling Adventure Hour, united at the Thrilling Adventure Hour home of the Largo stage? Yes. Also, haven't they all been on Spontaneanation multiple times? You got that right. Wait, are you me? I am. We're us. We are Legion. Special interview guest Ron Funches, the hilarious stand-up comedian and one of the stars of NBC's Undateable? No. I'm kidding. It is. What a fun joke. A classic November 2nd prank. November 2nd to you. Come see exclusive live moments that you won't see or hear. First of all, you won't see them on the podcast because there's no video. It's just ear stuff. Hearing, audio. Ooh, audio was tough to say. Come up with. Easy to say, hard to remember. Exclusive live moments that only the live audience gets to experience, as well as the people on stage. Who gets to experience these things? People on stage, people in the audience, no one else. Psychics, perhaps. We could debate the existence of psychics all day, or the existence. What was I gonna say with the D? Will there be a meet and greet after the show? Yes. Paul and Eban, some or all of the cast, whoever's doing construction outside, they'll all be there. There will be posters by Nathan Diffie for sale. Have you seen his work? Go check it out on the Spontaneanation Facebook page. He's quite a talented young man, or old man, we've never met. He might be elderly. He's spending his twilight years drawing posters for the show. God bless you and your grandchildren, Nathan Diffie. If you have graphic needs, why don't you contact Nathan Diffie online before he's dead? Do that for anybody. Anyone you're going to contact online, make sure you do it before they're dead. And as always, free stickers. Plus, it's December time, So all proceeds go to charity, as is the custom of Paul F. Tompkins. Who's me? Who's me? The answer is me. For tickets, go to paulftompkins.com/live. If you'd like to hear more announcements, press 1.
Please, Katerina, this fella, he wishes to take you away from only family you have known here in America. What are you going to do? Go with him or stay here with us?
We have treated you like daughter we lost in Italy.
But honestly, what's the point in keeping Katerina another 2 weeks when Chumland is going to close next week?
Mama, Papa, where did you go?
Oh, look who it is. We had to go on some errands, and we forgot that you were here, so sorry about that.
Listen, we just have a couple of more errands. We're going to run them, and then we will all move to America. Okay, I will wait here for you.
Look over there. It's Chef Boyardee.
Oh!
Let's get out of here.
Go. There is no Chef Boyardee.
Yes, what a tragedy.
Well, I mean, you treated her poorly. You abandoned her in Italy.
Can I be honest with you?
Yes.
She was a drag, right? I mean, I'm not crazy. She was the worst.
She had no pets. She never helped us, and she need everything. Needing.
I'm hungry. I need
tired.
shelter.
I can't walk up these big steps.
I need you to love me.
And then everything changed when you had a miracle baby.
Miracle Yorgi. That's right.
Yorgi could walk so early. He does his own laundry.
I came dancing out of the womb.
That was strange.
That was strange.
For me too.
For you more than anyone, I would imagine.
Surely.
It was like a real Ally McBeal situation.
Yorgi with references from so long ago.
I'm sorry to have
Oh,
I did what you asked. I took a lap around the amusement park. I strolled around.
Did you go on?
No, please, you first.
I wondered if you went on the chum slide.
Oh, absolutely, went on the chum slide.
Did you go on a brick wall?
I did go on brick wall. And I actually won this small stuffed animal that I want to give to you, Katrina.
Oh, he's really sweetening the deal.
We don't have any
Speaking of
stuff.
the deal, I need a decision. Now I'm going to take one more lap around this amusement park.
Thank
I
you.
feel like you need a little more time.
Oh, but please, sir, what is your name again?
Millionaire.
I changed my name to Millionaire.
Oh, what a millionaire
Because I got
move.
tired of telling people, they go, describe yourself. I said, I'm a millionaire. And I decided, you know what, I'll just cut to the chase. Hello, I'm Millionaire.
No first name, no last name, just millionaire.
Just Millionaire.
How long ago did you do this? Next.
Hi, yes, I would like to. I have to renew my license.
Oh, certainly. And so just fill out this form.
I don't want to have to fill out both my names. Can I just put Millionaire in one slot?
Well, usually there would be a process whereby you would legally change your name.
Can we just cut to the chase and make this a legal binding contract between us?
Excuse me? Is this the line for driver's permits?
Yeah, let's
My
just
God,
do it.
this woman is literally right next to my ear and she's screaming as if I'm millions of miles away.
Excuse me?
My God, ma'am,
Yeah.
what is your problem?
I'll just put in millionaire. No sweat.
Please,
You got it.
thank
I
you.
need a driver's permit.
I'm gonna get my.
Is the line?
I'm getting my taser.
What?
I have to say, though, that screaming woman is now my personal carnival barker.
What? You have personal carnival?
I think we meet people for a reason, and I have a little small carnival, which Katrina will see in my backyard, where she barks out the next act.
And coming up next, a dog and a cat. Can they be friends?
Patricia,
Yeah.
I don't want to give you notes, but a little more enthusiasm.
And coming up next.
She takes great notes.
Wait a minute. How were you there at the same time?
Sorry. I ran back because I always like to check on my carnival barker, make sure. Oh,
That
Lord.
millionaire can really move.
Well, I'm just 2 blocks from the amusement park.
You live in the mansion that's
Yes.
2 blocks from the amusement park.
Yes, that's me.
That's actually how I even knew about the job. I was just walking by and I saw a sign that said typist wanted. And I thought, finally, I can use my hands for more than just sorting condiments for 4 dumb idiots who want to ride a chum slide.
When you say 4 dumb idiots, I am glad you are including Rubber Band because he is part of this family, and you're not.
The big rub for me. Me and the Italian girl you left behind can form a posse of people who don't need you.
I hope you are being facetious and not actually seriously considering forming such a posse, because that would be a slap in the face to this family from Minsk. By way of Italy and a little time schooling at the Sorbonne in Paris, France.
Mr. Millionaire, is there room in your carnival for a tapeworm that juggles?
Interesting proposition.
Yes, Yorgi, he's a very talented tapeworm that Yorgi has trained personally.
I tell you what, I'll give him a trial run. My carnival barker will announce that tapeworm, and I want to see him show me the show of my life.
All right. Family meeting. All right, guys, look. This is a big chance for us. Yorgi, do you think Rubber Band is up to the task?
I think he's up to the task. I mean, he doesn't have limbs, but...
No, I know he's a worm.
He is a worm.
Yes. But you did promise he could juggle.
I think he can juggle.
You think he can juggle?
I haven't actually seen him do it. He says he can.
Oh, Yorgi, what you do to us now? You have to teach this armless thing to juggle.
I don't know why I said juggle when I know he can ride a bike and solve logic puzzles.
Wait a minute.
Well, this is the smallest bike we have, but that's meant for, 3-year-olds.
Okay. Well, it's a pretty big tapeworm.
Okay, how big?
He's about 3 feet.
Oh, okay, wow.
Yeah.
I swallowed a tapeworm once to lose weight, but it turns out that doesn't work that way.
No, they just wreak havoc on your intestines.
Yeah, they just steal nutrients, but you still gain weight. It's really depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is the guy right here. Let's see if he's comfortable on the bike.
Okay, do you want training wheels or no training wheels?
The training wheels, Rubber Band? No, he's good.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, look at him go.
Look at him go. Okay.
I paid money to see that.
Still not clear how it is that the regular-sized tapeworm is able to ride and operate child's bike.
Does his body loop around like limbs because there's so much extra and use the pedals?
Look, I don't question miracles, Mama and Papa.
Nor do we.
Never have.
You are a miracle, Yorgi, and you have miraculously trained this tapeworm to ride a bike. Okay, let's go out there. Mother, I think there must be a way for us to insinuate ourselves into carnival.
People will get hungry, especially with a tapeworm in the picture.
A carnival is all about garbage food and getting sick. It's
We're in
perfect.
luck.
All right, we gotta really butter up this millionaire.
I'm back for my second lap.
Oh, you look lovely from...
Nice glow.
Rubbing is glowing on you.
Thank you, yes, I'm quite a sweater.
You see the glow coming from underneath your top hat.
Yes.
Millionaire.
Millionaire, yes.
Do you have any sort of catering set up for this backyard carnival?
When you say catering, you mean like food?
Yes,
Oh, I guess, yeah,
I guess,
sure.
sure.
I guess so.
I don't know if that's what I meant, but now that you say,
Well, I've been after I've got my full pantry and my table of contents. I've just been making everything myself.
So mostly things coming from boxes, but not someone cooking fresh meats.
Fresh meat.
or whatever is in a hot dog.
This hot dog you speak of, like the ones you have refused to make me here.
Much like those, I kind of forgot that the order was up.
I tell you what, if that rubber band, that tapeworm, performs, then you have yourself a hot dog stand at my carnival.
So all the tapeworm has to do is just ride a bike, like we said?
Ride a bike? I heard juggling.
Right by.
They are trying to trick you. No.
Katarina,
It was juggling.
what do you care? Why are you?
Because you cannot live in a house built on lies.
Yes, I said that to her.
Oh, that's where that came from. All right. Wait. What about Showtime series House of Lies, now in its 5th season?
Don Cheadle lives in a house built on a house of lies.
Good point, Yorgi!
So you can live that way, and the tapeworm can ride bicycle.
Millionaire, please give us till tomorrow at this same hour.
Okay.
We will come to a mansion, and Tapeworm will juggle as promised, and we will cook food, both original hot dogs and I guess whatever shit you got in your pantry. We'll do that too. Cup of soup, hamburger helper, all of it.
I have made very detailed instructions on how.
Oh, thank you, Katarina. What a help you are.
Well, yes, I am. I'm actually very helpful. I detailed out because there's something.
To some people.
Because some people will tell you to cook rigatoni for only like 15 minutes, but it's a thicker noodle.
No, you got to cook rigatoni
yeah,
for like 20, 25
yeah,
minutes.
it takes longer.
And then you know it's ready when you throw it against the wall.
No,
and, it impales.
no, that's not.
We'll
true.
also bring the order you placed a half hour ago.
Yes, yeah.
We'll bring one chili dog coming up.
We will see you tomorrow.
I look forward to tomorrow.
All right. Okay, it's the big day, guys.
Okay.
Yorgi, how is the juggling coming along with Rubber Band?
He's a quick learner, Papa.
Really? Let's see.
You go, Rubber Band. You go.
Look at that! Another miracle!
Is he okay? He's making strange sounds.
I've never heard him make a sound before, but he's trying so hard to please us.
Make
He
him
knows
stop.
how much is at stake here.
Yorgi, make him stop. Make him
Stop, Rubber Band. Don't use it all up right now. Keep some in the tank.
I worry that this might kill him, and I know he's your little friend.
The little guys are working so hard. He hasn't been inside a human in a while to get nutrients.
Somebody is going to have to swallow rubber.
What? He jumped right in there. He jumped right in.
He's like a vampire. He just needs to be invited.
I might have had ground hamburger in my teeth.
Mother, how are you feeling? Are you feeling okay with Rubber Band in there?
I feel a little woozy, like being on chum slide.
What part of your digestive system is he in now?
In the middle.
You should make sure you eat nutrient-rich food because he will absorb all the nutrients and you will get all the calories.
Well, then I will have some buns.
Good
We need to
idea.
get in the car and drive next door.
Let's get in, you guys. And here we go to our new lives. Fingers crossed. Working and working at and living in Mansion of Millionaire.
Welcome to Millionaire's Mansion.
Yes, where is the kitchen?
Why?
We are the kitchen help and also the entertainment.
We're the talent. Well, actually, the talent is right now in my mother's large intestine.
That's right.
Slowly working his way out.
That's right.
Oh, you got that tapeworm. What can juggle?
Okay, I'm sorry I'm so late. Like Carnival Barker answered the door. Normally I would do that. I apologize. My robe is
Well,
open.
the bell just kept ringing and ringing.
Okay, now.
I didn't know if it was my tinnitus or what.
Okay, you're not. I'm sorry, but you're not announcing anything at this current moment. You can bring it down a notch.
I'm gonna go drink out of the pool.
Please. Oh my God. I have no water in my pool left. She has lapped it all up.
I don't know that that's safe. Is it safe?
At this point, I'm just like, I can't deal with it anymore. I've warned her, but she's like, I'm so thirsty from carnival barking. What are you going to do?
Millionaire.
Yes.
Please close robe.
Please, it is.
I would love to
distracting.
close my robe, but I am so overheated right now. I need a good draft up my body.
What are you doing? A lap around the mansion?
Yes. I always do a lap when I want to think or someone needs some time to have a long conversation about something.
Millionaire.
Yes.
I wrote in large type for you instructions on how to turn the air conditioning on.
Oh, Katrina.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I haven't turned my air conditioner on since they put it in 25 years ago.
Because instructions were too small?
It's too small.
Oh, good. It must be nice to be a millionaire and afford large print typewriter.
It is very much so.
Millionaire. Is there a life-size statue of a Suzanne Summers?
Yes, from She's the Sheriff.
Who's the sheriff?
She is.
Okay.
It was a complicated plot where Suzanne Summers was announced the new... Now listen up. We need a new sheriff. And we only got one option, yes.
What?
And it's a woman.
What? A woman can't be a sheriff?
That's what I said, Dwayne. A woman can't be a sheriff.
I mean, if people saw her walking around with the badge on, they'd be like, she's the sheriff?
You know what they'd say? They say, she's not a sheriff, she's just wearing a fancy brooch.
Hey, y'all, I just saw a new woman walk into town. She seemed real sassy and opinionated and like a real sharpshooter.
Well, luckily she's not the sheriff.
That's right.
Y'all,
What?
I believe she is the sheriff.
You're saying she's the sheriff?
She's the sheriff?
She had a bright shining star on her lapel. I think that means she's the sheriff.
What?
Are you...
This town has gone to shite.
What? I don't want to live no more in America.
You're saying she's the sheriff?
I'm saying
Buford, we have said it a number of times. She is the sheriff.
Now, here's the sheriff right here.
Now, hold on, Barney.
Such a good show.
Such a great show.
Why was it canceled?
I misunderstood for its deep, complicated jokes.
I have to check it out on the Netflix.
I
It's
enjoyed
probably there.
I
It's
en-
probably there.
That's one of those shows they never remove from Netflix.
right.
They're like, still here.
Never goes in the vault.
No.
My favorite part was the times it was she's and the times it was she is.
Yes.
It really taught me. That's where I learned the English from. That grammar.
Yes, when the fancy fellow comes into town and he says, she is the sheriff?
Yeah. I
And
love-
everybody else uses contraction.
Yes, that's how I learned contraction.
And that is why you used to say, my favorite show is Who is the Boss? And you laughed, and we did not know why you laughed this
I
time.
never enjoyed my "Who is the boss" jokes.
We did not know they were jokes, I guess. I think we thought it was a sincere question.
Oh, look who's poking his head out.
Oh, the star of the show.
Get a pencil. Oh.
Oh, good Lord.
Come on, rubber band. You can do it.
Carnivabaka, get a mop and a bucket.
What a disgusting entrance.
Wow.
Hey, okay. Hold on. Okay, I cleaned it up. Are we ready for some barking?
Yes, it is time.
Let us go out to my carnival back in the backyard and let me see this juggling.
Yes. All right, Yorgi, put his little vest on.
Okay, and he's a little bow tie.
You have
Oh,
made
you
us
look
proud.
so handsome, rubber band.
Come on, from all around gather. Here you see a 3-foot tapeworm named Rubber Band. Juggle.
Okay, everyone. A rubber band here is going to juggle a tennis ball, a bowling pin, and a chainsaw.
That seems Yorgi.
I know it's ambitious, but
At home, he just did the 3 balls.
look, he's got so much energy from being inside of mama all morning
All right.
with her rich Belarusian diet.
All right, give him a little pep talk while we serve the food.
Hot dogs, cup of soup, hamburger helper. Hot dogs, cup of soup, hamburger helper.
No, Yorgi, don't.
No, it just happens to coincide.
it
That's
does?
my
Oh,
pep
that's
talk.
great. Oh,
this is a great pep
These
talk.
are all foods that Rubber Band likes to eat. He's doing it, but I think it is killing him.
Hot dogs, a cup of soup, hamburger helper. Hot dog, you can do it, Rubber Band. Come
This is
on.
amazing. This is an amazing display. If he can just keep doing it for another 30 seconds, I am sold.
Just 30 more seconds.
30 more seconds, that's all you.
The chainsaw is so close to him.
Oh my God.
Oh, God, now he's only a foot-long tapeworm.
Oh my God.
That other section of him is just writhing around.
Rubber Band. He cut himself in half with chainsaw.
Trying to save our family from so many countries.
I wish a spider were here to write in a web some tapeworm.
I have to
That's
say-
my wish anyway.
I have to say something.
Millionaire. Yes, please speak.
I'm so glad I was here for this final moment between you and did not take a lap that I thought I might. Because I saw a family grieve for someone who had given his life so that you guys could be a family again.
I realize that this is all my fault.
No, Katerina.
No, let her take the blame.
Okay, good
Sometimes
call,
it's a
millionaire.
lot. You need to let people state what they say and let it be their truth.
This is the best mistake I've ever made.
Katerina, we want to take you back into the family, and we also want you to always remember this and what you did and how bad it made everyone feel.
I will.
That is what family is all about.
Mama, Daddy,
What?
I have found you.
Oh.
I got on a boat and I came to America.
Mother, look who's
You
here.
grew up so big, Anna, but you still talk like a baby.
I am Italian after all.
Oh, so now it's more just a limited knowledge of English as opposed to a limited knowledge of vocabulary. I see. Yeah, no, that checks out.
This is my adopted sister?
It's
It
your-
is.
Yes.
I guess. I mean, this is Anna.
Italy was a crazy time.
It was
we won't go
crazy.
into
Oh, it was
it.
crazy.
Who
We went
knows?
hang gliding. Anna, this is you. This,
Oh, she has hard time with some words.
Anna, this is Yorgi, your brother.
Oh,
Oh,
Yorgi,
Anna.
Yorgi,
Anna.
Yorgi.
Anna.
This is a little bit much. Anna, this is Katerina, your sort of sister.
Yeah, like someone who works for us, but we consider a member of the family.
We've had trouble.
Like a Sam the Butcher kind of
Yes,
situation.
almost adopted.
Alice,
Not
Alice,
really.
probably
Yes,
more Alice.
yes.
Sam the Butcher was Alice's boyfriend. Alice lived there. She was more of a family member. Anyway, it's what am I, Yorgi with this reference?
And Anna, these are the remains of a rubber band, our family pet.
Oh, that just looks like a giant tapeworm to me.
Just a giant tapeworm? No. Rubber band, he was the giant tapeworm.
And Anna, this is millionaire who is our neighbor who we have taken up too much of his time today. We must
Yes,
go, our
very
family,
sorry.
and get back to our...
You're going nowhere.
What?
I want this carnival to be what that amusement park could not be. It's going out of business. But this one's back in business. Now, Anna, I don't know how you found my home.
I just saw a big house and I thought people live in big houses. So and then I saw a sign that you needed a typist.
Good. Anna,
Why is that sign still up?
Again. Anna, you're smart. You'll run the business.
Okay.
So there's room for all of us here,
All of
millionaire?
us. Everyone will have a home here.
Even you, Spontaneanation listeners?
Wow. I mean, you didn't see that coming. You were there the whole time. And it all happened at a place called Back Room of Hot Dog Stand at Amusement Park going out of business. Jim Rash, where can people find you online if they wish to do so?
Rash's TV Ugly is the little Twitter handle, right? What else I got?
Instagram, stuff like that? You ever
Oh, I do.
that?
Yeah, I guess that's just your name, like hashtag Jim Rash, right?
There we
Is
go.
that how it works?
Well, do you post pictures on Instagram?
I do. So I think it's just Jim Rash.
Hey, if you'd like to join the search for Jim Rash on Instagram.
Clearly, I do it every day. I take a picture and just put someone's name in and go, send it to their account.
I mail it to my agent. Hey, do whatever you do with this.
Jim also directs the gas show at the Groundlings
Yes, I
on the
do.
semi-regular.
The
Yes.
Gas show?
The Gas Show.
Tell me about that show.
The Gas Show is the Groundling's longest running one. It's the short form improv where you have like a guest each week, celebrity guest mixed with Groundling alums, Sunday Company alums, as well as active Groundlings. And it's every Thursday at 8 o'clock.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Every Thursday at 8 o'clock, if you're in the Los Angeles area, why don't you go to that show?
Cheryl, please.
Anything else you'd like to promote? It's November 2nd right now.
I'm gonna be appearing live at Thanksgiving at someone's house. Just let me know. Just contact me through Instagram at hashtag Jim Rash. And let me know where my Thanksgiving is.
That's right, too. Hashtag Jim Rash, North Pole, USA. Colleen, where can people find you online?
They can find me at Colleen Smith or Smee, however you like to say it.
I think of it as Smee.
Smee.
Yeah.
COLLEENSMI. And also, I have a podcast that in no way competes with Paul's because it's not nearly as popular. It's called.
You don't know that as of this recording? Who knows?
Maybe it's blown up.
Who knows?
It's called My First Time Pod. At My First Time Pod. It's myfirsttimepodcast.com.
And the show is about.
.net, sorry.
And you talk to people about their.
First
that means
times.
somebody got the myfirsttimepod.com?
Yeah, it's weird.
That is weird.
Yeah, we talk to people about their first times. We're doing a live show that no one will see from this because it will have already happened at Comedy Central stage about the first time I did the grossest thing. And we've done first time I believed in or didn't believe in God, first time I lost virginity, all sorts of
Various things. People on the precipice of a new experience.
Yeah.
Jim Villepique. Oh, and I should say, No You Shut Up is indeed coming back. I know people listening to this podcast have heard me talk about it for months and months as if it were an uncertain thing. But season 4 is officially happening. That will be launching in February 4th. We have a new season coming up where we're going to talk a lot about the election, amongst other things, of course. But we have two specials you can see very soon. Thursday, November 5th and Thursday, November 12th, 10 p.m. on Fusion. We are going to reacquaint you with the existing characters that we all love, including Colleen's Star the Squirrel. Introduce you to some new characters, new people even. Very exciting. You'll have to tune in to find out what that means. And new segments. So that's Thursday, November 5th, Thursday, November 12th, 10 p.m. on Fusion. Featuring guests like Kristen Shaw, Hannibal Buress, and Patton Oswalt. That's pretty good, you guys. Check it out. Jean Villepique.
I'm on Instagram and Twitter. My last name is V as in Victor, ILLE, P as in Peter, IQUE, Villepique.
You know what? IQUE too.
Maybe we all QUE.
And Jean, tell us about your live shows that you do. You do a live show at UCB.
Friday nights at 9:30. It's called Soundtrack. So bring your phone or your device with music, and we have a DJ that will put together a soundtrack of music that will inspire our improv. And then Thursday nights, I will be doing a show called Quartet at IO West on Hollywood Boulevard, 9 o'clock, with someone in this room.
And when is this happening?
It's October, November?
Most Thursdays.
Most Thursdays.
Most Thursdays. So maybe in November, this will be happening again.
Yes.
And Quartet is you and who are the other three?
Craig Cackowski, Jack McBrayer, sometimes Bob Dassey, sometimes Stephanie Weir, or a parade of guests.
And this is a show that you guys had done before, and you hadn't done it in a while or something, right?
Yeah, it started maybe 20 years ago.
Wow.
In Chicago. No,
Wow.
5 years ago in Chicago.
We're all young.
We ran some here in LA.
She's the sheriff, the Brady Bunch.
Parker Lewis can't lose.
Riptide.
Yeah.
Just the youngest people you can imagine.
People were like, what TV guide are they flipping through? And then someone said, TV guide? You flip through it? It comes weekly? What? You highlight what you want to watch that week? I didn't.
Quartet happens at IO, the Improv Olympic.
Yes,
You're not allowed to
Thursday nights
say
at 9
Olympic anymore.
No,
the
because
IO
of the
Theater.
Olympics.
That's right.
This lawsuit.
I was like, oh, hey, we're worried there's going to be confusion. Yeah.
serious?
The Olympic Committee is like, you can't use Olympics. What if people go to your theater to see javelins?
Yeah. Most likely. Oh my God, that's fantastic.
Somebody wrote a letter. Yes.
Craig Cackowski.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. At Cackowski on Twitter. C. Cackowski on Instagram.
That's right.
And if you enjoyed hearing me improvise on this, you may see me improvise live every Thursday at the IO West at 9 p.m. Sometimes it's Dasserisky, which is me, Bob Dassey, and Rich Talarico. Sometimes it's Quartet with me, the aforementioned Jean Villepique, Jack McBrayer, and Corin Nemec. And And if you didn't enjoy hearing me improvise, don't go to iOS on 9 p.m. Thursdays because I will definitely be there.
Yeah. Word to the wise, guys. Eban Schletter. EbanSchletter.com. Eban Schletter on Twitter. You should go to EbanSchletter.com and you should purchase Eban's albums because Eban Schletter is only the best. Me? What do I want to tell you about? Well, Spontaneanation Live happens again this Saturday, the 7th, at Largo at the Coronet in West Hollywood, California. If you're going to be in the area, do get a ticket and come on by because those shows are always a lot of fun. It's the show that we do here in the studio, except we do it up on its feet. We're walking around like a bunch of idiots. Is Eban there scoring it? Yes, he is. But you'll get to see people maliciously use the sound effects bar to pimp somebody else into doing something. It is always a treat. And we also do stuff that's only for the live audience that does not make it to the podcast. I'm sorry, podcast listeners, but I'm trying to get people to buy those goddamn tickets. Also, No You Shut Up. Catch up with it on Hulu and YouTube. You can see episodes there. It's a very funny show that I love doing, and I hope you will enjoy watching it. Again, if you've seen it before, and if it's your first time, give it a chance, because I think you'll think it's funny. Rate us where you rate things like this. I know there's various places and people have various different devices that they use. I'm not going to steer you to one place or another. But I will say this. You know, sometimes I like to give you a word-for-word thing that you can write in the review. Like, before I listened to Spontaneanation, I was considering murdering my landlord. Then I listened to the show, and now me and my landlord are best friends. Like that kind of thing. Somebody took one of those word-for-word things, and they used it to review a different podcast. Don't do that. We're trying to have a fun thing here. And it's confusing to people, because then this other podcast was like, hey, we have really funny fans. Look at this. And I'm like, guess what? Maybe your fans are not so funny at all. Maybe they're thieves. Why are they listening? Hey, if you're listening to my show and doing that, what are you doing? I'm mad at you. All right. Thank you to Engineer Ryan for engineering us all the way to the end of the show, which this is. I love you all. Goodbye forever until next week. And until then, this is Paul F. Tompkins saying, Semper in Presenti!
Denzel Washington is the greatest actor of all time, period. It's not a question, it's a statement. It's also the name of a podcast on Wolf Pop. So if you're foolish enough to disagree, listen so we can tell you how wrong you are. I'm Kevin Avery, and each week, W. Kamau Bell and I put out a new episode where we review every Denzel movie in alphabetical order, sorta, kinda. Look, we jump around a lot, all right? We're gonna do that. We're gonna catch you up on the latest Denzel news, and even speculate on who would be the next Denzel. All with great guests like Omar Dorsey from the movie Selma and director Ava DuVernay. Listen to this recent clip.
I like Training Day a lot. It's one of my favorite. If it's on TV, I'm gonna sit down and watch it. But I think for a lot of people, they want to make it's like a guilty pleasure Denzel Washington.
It's Red Velvet
because
Cake.
he's playing such an unredeemable character.
It's Red Velvet Cake. You can't eat that every day.
It's Red Velvet Cake, yes. Exactly. Man.
Eat it during Christmas. You can't have that all the time.
Yeah.
So tune into Kamau and I every week on iTunes, Wolf Pop, Howl, or your favorite podcast app, and you too will understand why Denzel Washington is the greatest actor of all time, period. Any questions?
This has been an Earwolf production. Executive producers Scott Ackerman, Adam Sachs, Chris Bannon, and Paul F. Tompkins. For more media and content, go to earwolf.com.